Good evening. Welcome to today's FB Live. Today's topic is how can you manage your cravings? A very difficult thing to do. Most of us have this challenge. A lot of us struggle with managing our cravings, and hence I thought in today's live video, why do not we take the demon by the horns? Okay, so today's topic is how to manage our cravings. I am Ruma. I'm going to be a host for today, and if you can see me, hear me, type in see you, hear you in the comment box. I am Ruma. I'm a certified fitness trainer. I'm a certified fitness nutritionist, and I am a women's fitness specialist from International Sports and Sciences Academy USA and National Academy of Sports Medicines USA. Very recently, I was awarded the Times She Unlimited Rising Star Award by the Times of India Group in for my work in the area of health and fitness. I also am the founder of Navitae, and I'm going to be a host for today, and I'm going to cover this very important topic: how to manage your cravings. So, what we are going to do today is, as we, today's session, I will break it up into few parts so that it's easier for us to, so that we can go through it section by section. So the number one thing that we are going to cover is why are we even talking about sugar cravings? What is the problem with having sugar-rich food? That will be number one. Number two would be, what are the triggers for getting high sugar cravings? And number three would be, how do we, once we identify the trigger, how do we overcome the sugar cravings? How do we take control of our cravings? Okay, so let's get started. I am Ruma. I am a certified fitness trainer. I'm a certified fitness nutritionist, and I'm a women's fitness specialist from International Sports and Sciences Academy USA and National Academy of Sports Medicines USA. And I am going to be a host for today. And today's topic is how to manage your cravings. All right, so let's get started. Now, the first thing is, why are we talking about sugar cravings? Now, sugar is a thing that when we do it and when we overdo it, it can cause a lot of issues. And, some of the issues, one is it puts you at a risk of diabetes. And when you have diabetes, it can lead to kidney failure. It can lead to the damage of your eyes, and it can lead to the damage of the nerves of your feet. Okay. Second is, with high levels of sugar, when we consume a lot of sugar-rich food, it can lead to higher levels of cholesterol, it can lead to higher levels of triglycerides, and it can also, which can eventually lead to risk of heart diseases. Number three is, sugar has also been shown to increase fat gain in our body. The amount of sugar that you eat also causes your body to deposit fat, and hence people who are worried about their body composition, they should be very mindful about the sugar intake. And the last one is, not the last, among the lot of different things that I can talk about sugar, the another one is premature aging. People who eat a lot of sugar or who are dependent on sugar kind of food, you will see that their skin, the glow in their skin, they all start getting lost, and you will see the aging of the tissues, the aging of the cells, the wastage of the cells happen much faster than people who stay away from sugar. Another thing that has been shown is that sugar can also raise the risk of cancer and can also contribute towards Alzheimer's disease. So sugar is a thing, and I can go on and on and on. This is a very small list that I just shared with you. I can go on and on and on. Oh, another thing I forgot to mention, that sugar can destroy the bacteria of your gut. It can totally compromise your gut health. Okay, and why gut health is important, right? The food that we eat, it gets digested by the by our intestine. There are good bacteria that are sitting in our intestine and the entire digestive system, which helps to break down this food and absorb the energy out of the food that we eat. And sugar can completely, completely change that balance in our digestive system. And sugar is wrong is bad for our health from many different perspectives, in many different angles. This was just a very small list. And if you can hear me, see me, please type in a hear you, see you in the comment box. I am Ruma. I am your host for today. I'm a certified fitness trainer, a certified fitness nutritionist, and I am a women's fitness specialist from International Sports and Sciences Academy and National Academy of Sports Medicines, USA. All right, and I'm going to cover sugar in more details. Now, the few things that we also need to understand is when we eat sugar, what happens? Right? If you understand the science behind it, you will also understand the triggers for sugar craving, and you will be. And if I'm giving you any recommendation as to why you should do what you should do, then you will understand if you understand the science behind it. Now, what happens when we take sugar? Sugar increases the moment we eat anything which has sugar in it. It releases a hormone called insulin in our body, and when there is insulin in our body, insulin is an anabolic hormone, and when there is insulin in the body, it instructs our body to store fat. Okay, and what is anabolic hormone? Do not get very too preoccupied with the terminology. Our metabolism is primarily made up of catabolism and anabolism. Catabolism is the process of breaking it down, and anabolism is the process of building it up. Insulin is an anabolic hormone. Whenever there is an insulin spike in our body, it instructs our body to store fat. Okay, and hence you will see that, and as I was saying, that when you have insulin, it will also you will end up gaining weight. Second thing that happens with insulin is that insulin increases our cravings. The moment you have high insulin in our blood, your cravings increase. The moment you have more, whenever you have cravings, you will want to have more sugar-rich food. The more sugar-rich food you have, your cravings will increase even more. And this just goes on and on and on. It becomes a vicious cycle. So the more sugar you eat, the more cravings you will have. The more cravings you have, the more sugar you will continue to eat. And then you will, you will get to a point where you will find it difficult for you to stop eating sugar. Very recently, sugar was in the news saying that sugar is as dangerous or as bad as or as addictive as cocaine. Now you get the reason why, right? All right. So so far, if you're liking this, liking what you're hearing, please do not forget to post a like and a love for this video. I am Ruma. I'm a certified fitness trainer. I'm a certified fitness nutritionist, and I am a women's fitness specialist from International Sports and Sciences Academy, USA, and National Academy of Sports Medicines, USA. And today's topic is how to manage sugar cravings. I'm giving you all the context now so that when I come to the recommendations and the tips on managing your sugar cravings, you will understand why exactly I'm saying what I'm saying. Okay. Now, so this was about insulin. Another hormone that you need to know about is the hormone estrogen. Estrogen is a woman's reproductive hormone. And with estrogen, as we age beyond the age of 35, our body starts preparing for menopause, and the amount of estrogen that is getting released in our body continues to decrease. Now, after 40, it continues to decrease quite significantly. So, women above the age of 40, please please listen to this piece of the session very carefully. Now, if you're above the age of 40, then your estrogen, your ovaries are producing lesser and lesser estrogen, and by the time we reach 50, it will completely stop and we will hit menopause. Now, estrogen is a hormone that also regulates insulin in our body. So what happens when the insulin levels are going down, the estrogen levels are going down, our body is also losing the ability to manage insulin. So our cravings continue to increase. So if you're someone above the age of 40, you would also notice that during this age, you're finding it very, suddenly the cravings increase. You may not have had any cravings before, but now around the age of 40, your cravings have come up. You know why that is happening? Because your estrogen levels are going down and your control over insulin has reduced. The regulation of insulin has reduced, and that is why you're seeing that kind of a change in your body. Now, so what do women above the age of 40 do? Well, you have to be just more careful with the advice that I'm providing you in this video. All right, so I have covered a major section as to what is causing your cravings from a hormone point of view, and when you have cravings, what are the dangers that it puts in your body. Today's topic is about how to manage your cravings. And if you are enjoying this video, if you're liking what you're hearing, then do not forget to put in a like and a love in the love for the video, please. Okay, and I'm Ruma. I'm your host for today. I am a certified fitness trainer. I'm a certified fitness nutritionist, and I am a women's fitness specialist from International Sports and Sciences Academy USA and National Academy of Sports Medicines USA. Now, another message for women above the age of 40. This is also an age. Before I move on to the next two sections of today's session, I just want to take a quick minute to talk about a very important piece of information that is currently happening in Navitae, and I'm very, very excited to talk about that. Women above the age of 40 are struggling with lack of energy and also imbalances in their hormones. So I'm conducting a free masterclass for women to understand how to boost their energy, how to boost their metabolism, and how to balance their hormones with 4 concepts. And these 4 concepts are: number 1 is the changes that a woman's body goes through with age. Number 2, how you can boost your metabolism and feel energetic throughout the day. Third concept is how you can balance your hormones and end your struggle with weight. And number 4 is the role of stress, sleep, and water on your overall health and well-being. And this masterclass, I'm providing you the link for this masterclass right under the video. Please do register for this masterclass because you're going to learn a lot in how to boost your metabolism and how to balance your hormones. And not just concepts. At the end of the masterclass, I also talk to you, explain to you about the coaching system, the Women's Health Mastery Starter Kit, which is my coaching system, through which you will be able to implement these 4 concepts, and you will be able to enhance your vitality, reclaim your youth, and lead a life of your dreams. So do not miss this masterclass. I'm providing you the link to this free masterclass for registering to this masterclass. All right, so and I will see you live. All right, so now moving on. So now you know the background as to why you feel sugar cravings. Now we're going to talk about the triggers of sugar craving. What causes sugar cravings, right? What gives rise to sugar craving? So number 1 is hunger. Whenever you are hungry, you will feel that there is more urge to have sugar-rich kind of food. In fact, when you're hungry, you will just feel like eating whatever is in your sight, right? So hunger is one of the biggest triggers for sugar. Number 2 is stress. When you are sleep deprived, when you are stressed out, then you will see that your sugar cravings have increased. And again, this also relates to a hormone. And in response to stress, our body releases a hormone that is known as cortisol. And what cortisol does is cortisol dumps sugar directly into the bloodstream from the liver. And when there is sugar in the bloodstream, what happens? Insulin levels go up. When insulin levels go up, your cravings go up, and the vicious cycle starts again. So whenever you are stressed out, you will see that your cravings are much, much more higher. Okay. Number 3 is lack of sleep. When you're not sleeping well, when you've not when you are not well rested, your decision, your choice of food, your resolve to eat healthy goes down. And your stress levels are also, when you've not slept well, your stress levels are higher, which in indicates that your cortisol levels are higher. Where the cortisol levels are higher, you will have sugar cravings. And hence, it is very important. And when you have, and oftentimes you will notice that if you've not slept well one night, the next day you will not only feel very groggy, but you will also feel like eating something which is very sugar rich. You will, next time you notice that. Okay, and so lack of sleep is one of the major triggers for sugar rich food, for cravings for sugar rich food. Next is feeling bored. Oftentimes, and we've seen that happen during the pandemic when we were locked at home and we couldn't go out. We were so bored working throughout the day, sitting in our laptop. What we did, we just moved around the house whenever we were bored, and we just munched on whatever was lying around. So boredom is also one of the triggers for feeling the cravings. And another trigger is friends and family egging on you, right? And our culture is such that people feel that they show their love by feeding us food. They just love to feed us, and they feel that feeding is the best way in which they can show their love. So this is a very tricky situation, because we are people who belong to society. We need our family, we need our friends. They love us, we love them, and and this becomes very tricky. How can you say no without hurting their feelings? So here, though this is a trigger, this is a skill that needs to be learned. I'm a Bengali, okay, and Bengalis are known for Rasgulla, Mishti Doi. Every time I travel to my hometown, my family members love to shower their love on me, and they will bring the choicest selection of Mishti Dois, the Rasgulla from the store. And I have now developed this skill of saying no lovingly, so that I don't hurt their feelings, because I definitely want to make them feel loved, that I love them as much. But the love doesn't have to be reciprocated by eating all the rasgullas, right? Because it's going to damage your health as well. So a little bit of a skill building is needed whenever you feel that your friends and family are pushing you to have something which you shouldn't have. Okay, now we have identified the triggers, right? We have identified the trigger as hunger, stress, lack of sleep, boredom, and family and friends egging us on. With boredom, I can give you one suggestion. Whenever you're bored, try to find out a distraction. It takes you just 15 minutes of doing something else to take your mind off of sugar and overcome that craving. Just give it 15 minutes. Go out for a walk, listen to some good music, or watch a movie on Netflix, or play a game of cards with your family, or do anything that that you enjoy doing. I love to exercise, so I just go and exercise when I have sugar cravings, and it just goes away. So find out something that you can do for exactly 15 minutes, and I can guarantee you within 15 minutes you will see that the craving goes away. It only takes 15 minutes. All right, now if you found that valuable, why don't you put in a like and a love for this video. In this video we are talking about how to manage your cravings, and we just completed the triggers of craving. Now we will move on to the top tips to manage your cravings. So why don't we give in a like and a love for this video if you're finding this information valuable, and I will have a quick cup of water. All right. Do you have any questions? If you have any questions, you can put it in the comment box, and I will take all your questions to the end. Just to let you know, the technology through which we are working, it has a lot of lag. So if you wait until the end to put in your question, I may not get to your question till the end. So just, keep putting in your questions, and I'll get to all your questions at the end. Okay, great. So, so now moving on, what is today's topic? Today's topic is how to manage your cravings. Now the top tips for managing your craving. Okay, if you can see me, hear me, can you give me a see you, hear you in the comment box, please? That way I know that I'm audible and I'm visible as well. All right, so now top tips for controlling your cravings. Number one, we discussed this, right? When you eat sugar, it asks for more sugar. Your body will ask for more sugar. So the number one thing that I will ask you to do is stop sugar. And when you stop sugar, sugar is not, another thing that you need to realize is sugar comes hidden. Many times you do not even realize the food that you're having has hidden sugars in it, and you wouldn't know about that unless you start making yourself knowledgeable and aware of the names of the hidden sugar and where sugar is hidden. I'll give you an example. Many people come to me for coaching, and they are part of our Navitae's coaching system. When they come to us, they tell us, Ruma, I don't have sugar at all. I don't put sugar in my tea. I don't put sugar in my coffee. I'm completely off of sugar. I only eat jaggery and honey. Right? So that is that is a very common misconception. If you are buying packaged food from outside, know that there are added sugars in it. And the number one activity or a task or a research work for you would be to go out and find out all the different names of sugar that comes in the packaged food. I'll give you some names and you can find out more. They come in the name of lactose, sucrose, fructose, maltose, cane syrup, cane sugar. You will find all of these names. Okay, so you should make yourself aware of the different names of sugar. So when you're buying items from the grocery or the superstore, just look for these items in the ingredient. If you see these items in the ingredients, do not take it up. Now, also another misconception that people have is, bread that you have, the bread that we take. Even bread has sugar, the ones that you purchase from the market. Approximately, if you have about 2 slices of bread, approximately it will have about 2 to 3 teaspoons of sugar. A bowl of cereal has about 2 to 3 teaspoons of sugar. Packaged fruit juices, very, very dangerous. They do not have any benefit of fruit. They have preservative, they have added colors, they have added flavors, and they have added sugar in it. About 4 to 5 teaspoons of sugar in a small Tetra Pak. Okay, so, start becoming more aware of the food that you buy from outside, and do not buy those items which have added sugar in it. The moment you have a little bit of sugar, it will just continue to spiral up. The next one, so that's tip number 1, avoid sugar. If you want to fight sugar, you have to avoid sugar completely. Even a little bit of that can increase your craving levels. Now, another note for women above the age of 40. See, after the age of 40, for women, because our hormones are going through a very different state, the calorie in, calorie out equation does not work for us anymore. It's not, for us, it is more about the quality of calories than the calorie in versus calorie out. It's not going to work for women above the age of 40. So, do not even think about, I had 2 teaspoons of sugar, I will go and run for, half an hour and I would have taken care of that sugar that went into my body. That doesn't work. Okay, so just stop sugar. Okay, and that will help you balance your hormones, and that will also help you overcome your cravings. All right, so if you're liking what you're hearing, a like and a love in the comment box, please. Yes, Ipsita, I'll come to your question. Thank you for that. The next one is have protein-rich food. Okay, now protein-rich food is something that takes long time to digest, so you will not feel hungry very soon. And it also works very well with the 2 hormones that are our hunger hormones, and one is a hunger hormone, which is ghrelin, and another is a satiety hormone, which is leptin. So whenever we eat protein-rich food, the ghrelin levels come down, which is the hunger hormone, and the leptin levels go up, which is the satiety hormone. So you feel satisfied and fuller for longer. So when you have protein-rich food, your cravings for sugar will automatically come down. So increase protein, as is Indians consume very less protein, and World Health Organization has given us a directive, and this was a recent study that was produced by World Health Organization, saying that Indians are not consuming enough protein. We are a country which consumes a lot of carbohydrate. We do not need to consume as much of protein as a Western country does. People of the Western country do, but we still need more protein than what we are currently consuming. All right, so have protein in each of your meals. Include protein in breakfast, include protein in lunch, and include protein in dinner. All right, so that's your tip number 2. If you're liking what you're seeing, put in a like and a love for the video, please. Okay, number 3, add zinc to your food. How does zinc help you? Zinc helps by regulating your insulin levels. And when you have food which is rich in zinc, you will see that your, because your insulin levels are regulated, your cravings are also coming down. And what are the food which are rich in zinc? You will find zinc in nuts, seeds, legumes. So have more of these food, and this more of these food. Legumes will give you good carbohydrates, and nuts and seeds will also give you good fats. So both of them are good in more ways than just controlling your craving levels. So increase legumes, increase seeds and nuts in your daily meal plan. Okay, and if you are someone who has zinc deficiency, your doctor or your nutritionist may also advise a zinc supplement for you. Okay, so that is your number 3 tip. And the number 4 tip is the best one among all the other tips that I have shared with you. Number 4 is exercise. And people who have been following me for a long time, you would know that at the end of the entire program, I will definitely come to exercising, but I do not do that for no reason. There is a certain reason for me to ask you to exercise to manage your sugar cravings. You know how exercise helps? Exercise helps by increasing the sugar uptake in your cells. When you exercise, your cells absorb the sugar that is running in your bloodstream, and it produces the energy for you to do the exercise. Okay, and when these cells have absorbed the sugar from the bloodstream, the insulin level comes down. When the insulin level comes down, automatically your cravings will be under control, because insulin is the culprit. Insulin is the one that is driving your cravings haywire. All right, so I hope that makes sense. So 4 tips. One is, don't go stop sugar completely. Second is add protein-rich food. Third is add zinc-rich food. And fourth is exercise, and you will get your cravings under control. I will also add one more thing. As I speak about exercising, I've been exercising for the last 23 years, and what I've seen in people who exercise, and I know a lot of people who exercise regularly, a common feedback, including myself, that I hear from people, who exercise regularly, is that their cravings are much under control. You will very often, you will see that people who exercise do not give into cravings that easily, do not give into sugar-rich food that easily. It's not that they are having a very high mental resolve. It's not that. It's just that their body doesn't crave for it. They don't feel the craving. It's not that they have mental resolve, but just that their hormones are so well balanced that they don't feel the need of having sugar-rich food. All right, I hope it makes sense. And if you like the information, if you love the information, then please do put in a like and a love in the comment box, and I will start taking your questions now. Please put in your questions in the comment box. I see a lot of questions. Wow. All right, yes. So Ipsita, yes, what about jaggery? If jaggery also gives you sugar, insulin spike. So for people who have, I'm sorry, just a second. Yeah. So jaggery also gives insulin spike, and hence I would recommend that if you want to overcome your cravings, then please reduce, do not have jaggery. Nor should you have honey, because both of these will give you insulin spike. Now, yes, not taking any names, there are many celebrity nutritionists who are coming on media and giving out information, and they are gaining a lot of flack from the media as well. A lot of populist information is being rolled out in the media under the name of health and nutrition. Just one thing to remember is, see if that works for you. That's number 1. And second, always remember this, that when you listen to just a specific piece of advice without a complete context, when they produce, not what we. So sorry, I'll take a step back. One is, I feel as nutritionists, as healthcare providers, we have the responsibility to give information which has complete context. Giving out information that can be taken out of proportion by people who are not knowledgeable in this field, only makes us more irresponsible. Second is, if I'm giving out information on the net and I cannot be held accountable for that, then I will, somebody should take that information with a little bit of um, should take that information with a little bit of caution. Say, for example, you start following an advice that you came to read about. Maybe the person was a very well-known nutritionist, celebrity nutritionist, and you start following the advice and it doesn't work for you. Can you really go back and question the person that, no, it didn't work for me? We cannot do that, right? We cannot hold that person accountable when it doesn't work for us. So we have to be careful when we read those information. And if you go on, there were other informations also that were, not taking names because I respect the work people are doing. A lot of other information was also rolled out, which generated a lot of flack from the from people in the area of health and nutrition towards this lady. Yeah. Okay, I hope that answers your question, Ipsita. So whenever you read information or given out by people, just make sure that you kind of verify that with someone who is also accountable towards your goals. Yeah. I hope that makes sense. That was a long answer, but I thought I should talk about the ethical part of giving advice as well. Awesome. Any other questions? Great. Thank you so much for joining the live session today. This video will also be available, and especially for women above the age of 40. I'm conducting a masterclass on how to boost your metabolism and feel energetic, and how to balance your hormones and end your struggle with weight loss. And if you want to register for this free masterclass, click on the link which will be available right under this video. All right, and I'll see you live. Take care. Have a great weekend ahead. Thank you. Bye-bye. Oh, I think there are some more questions coming. All right, take care. Thank you. Bye-bye.